So back in the days, I had an experience. I think it's like 2 years ago, and I awakened from a dysfunctional family unit. Now, I had been speaking for so many years. I was talking about a particular member of the family that I was concerned about. This was the other empath who had turned out to be the lost child of the family. I wanted this person to join us and get closer to us as a unit. And nobody listened to me for so many years. Guys, I'd been talking about this thing for years. We're talking about maybe 10 years even, I think. Nobody listened to me. So one day like that, I woke up. I was very frustrated of this whole patterns and everything. I woke up and I left the unit. So when I left the unit, I would later on hear that that particular family member that had had been ignored for almost 10 years. That member had been brought back to the family unit. So for me, that was confirmation that all these things I'd been talking about for years, everything was true. It is what confirmed to me that everything that I'd been talking about for so many periods of, many years ago, everything was true. It is when I confirmed that actually this whole family was dysfunctional. And you see, it is a shame that you're the only person that can see this, If you look around within your family members, they're all living normally. They think they are normal. They think everything is okay. They're waking up doing the regular things they're always doing. They're swimming around with this dysfunction. Nobody even knows it for what it is. And it is a shame that nobody can see. It is a shame that even sometimes you want to help them. You want to, it's like you want to save them. It's like you want to get a trumpet and blow it in their ears. Tell them, guys, listen, there's something wrong. They cannot see it. And they cannot hear you. So, as a scapegoat, when you leave a dysfunctional family unit, there will be a time when you're going to hear a lot of family members are starting to take up your role. So sometimes the parent can choose a scapegoat, a golden child, the golden child of the family. They may be usually the first ones to take that role of a black sheep. But you already know that role because you've been there. You've been participating in that role for so many years, so you know all the patterns and you're aware about it. But the golden child is not aware about it because they were not in your shoes. Anybody that is going to be put in your shoes, they are going to feel the intensity of that abuse. They will know and they will confirm all the things you've been talking about for years. You've been trying to point out a lot of dysfunctions, a lot of abuse, a lot of problems in that unit. Nobody was listening. But when you walk away, they are going to see it. They will see it and they will know and they will confirm that actually, whatever it is you've been talking about over the years, it was the truth. They will not confirm it if you are verbally, like they don't come around and tell you physically or something. They may do that sometimes. But most of the time, they're going to keep quiet about it. As a scapegoat who has walked out of a dysfunctional family unit, I want to let you know something. The narcissistic parent cannot survive without the energy of a scapegoat. So they need the trash can in that unit. They need the trash can. Because you see, as a trash can, everybody can run away from so many things. They can always do their mess and they can run away from it. Because instead of taking blame or taking responsibility or accountability for all the things that they do, they have got a trash can whereby they're always dumping their garbage onto somebody. So they can usually get away with a lot of things. The family needs a trash can. If there's no trash can in that unit, ladies and gentlemen, the whole entire system is going to crumble to the floor. So there's a reason as to why you see a lot of times as a scapegoat, when you leave those kind of units, you will usually see the narcissistic parent will very, very quickly, very, very fast. Guys, you've never seen somebody run as fast as a narcissistic parent to recruit a new scapegoat in that unit. They are going to do everything in their power to make sure that they bring somebody in that position. They need an innocent soul to abuse. For a narcissistic family dynamic to operate, they need an innocent soul, they need a beautiful empath to dump their garbage because they need a trash can for them to survive. So most of the times, You might hear stories of, oh, you know, there's a sister of ours, there's a brother of ours. You know, they didn't used to talk to the family. They were living up north or some in the countryside. They are not even a part of the unit. Yes, of course, they engaged here and there, maybe one time a year or even sometimes once every 2 years. But for the very first time, you're going to see people coming back and rushing back into the unit. So for the most of you guys who are doubting the things I've always been telling you about scapegoats, about the black sheep of the family, if you've been doubting the things I've been telling you, this is the video for you. Pay very close attention. You may hear it, you may see it, but you're going to know. You're going to get the information that actually there's a person that has been away from the family for so many years. That person has returned into the unit. That is when you're going to know you have been dealing with the dysfunctional family unit. For this matter, a narcissistic family dynamic. You know what I mean? So sometimes they may suffer, and this is very dangerous because sometimes you may see a family which has got only 2 members, 1 member, 2 members, 3 members. So they don't have a lot of options. You know what I mean? The scapegoat is gone. The narcissistic family is there dealing with their energy, their negative toxic energy. They don't know what to do with themselves. Most of the times you will see those narcissistic parents, they're going to collapse. So a dysfunctional family unit can survive for long if it has got a lot of family members within them, because when you leave, for example, the narcissistic parent is able to very quickly pick up somebody else and use as a trash can, because that's how they operate. But in a family where there's just very few members of the family, 2 or 3, maybe sometimes 4 maximum, it's a very small family, and then there's these other flying monkeys, and then there's this other golden child, and you are the black sheep. So when you leave, sometimes they can struggle. A lot of times they are going to struggle to recruit a new member in your position. But there are sometimes when it cannot work out and it fails. That is when the whole energy is going to bounce back to the narcissistic parent who is at the top, and most of the time it can even take their life. So it's what I've told you guys in my videos, that normally when you leave that unit, you can start expecting things that are going to start to happen. A lot of terrible things will start to happen. So sometimes a lot of times people have been hospitalized, or somebody has got a disease, somebody is sick, somebody is in hospital. A lot of times things are going to come down. The whole world, ladies and gentlemen, is going to crumble. The tower is going to fall when you live in a narcissistic family dynamic. There may be sometimes deaths. Sometimes you'll hear somebody ended up in the hospital. They have been bedridden for a couple of months. They have lost their lives. They have got a lot of illnesses. There's things that are coming down in that unit. But most of the times when you see those things, they are not happening, whereby the life it looks like is going on normally. It is a sign that actually they have recruited another scapegoat in that unit. They may not have the same energy or the same qualities as you. They may even sometimes be empaths like you are. But the energy they are getting from that unit is not the same energy that you used to give the unit. So sometimes it may even sustain them for a while. You know what I mean? Because when I've been talking about these things of spiritual patterns, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that these are curses. And everything going on in that unit is energy. As long as you are there providing good energy within the unit, they will survive. When you leave the unit, you take your energy with you, they are going to fall to the ground, the family will crumble. You know what I mean? So sometimes people find these videos disturbing because we're talking about the things that you do not even expect to hear. Even sometimes it's very, very painful to accept this kind of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. In those days, it was one of the most painful things I've ever seen, I've ever had to experience, living a dysfunctional family unit. I have never thought that I will experience one day and I'm going to walk away from a narcissistic family dynamic. I never thought about that. But when I did it, that's when I knew that actually these things are real. You know what I mean? So, you're the scapegoat, the black sheep of the family, you have walked away. There's going to be news. You might hear about it. You may see it. If you're lucky, you might hear about it from somebody, from the neighbors, from your friends. Look very closely. You want to know who is the new scapegoat. I want to open your eyes. Look very closely in your family. There is a new member in that unit that has come out from the outskirts. They have been on the outskirts. They have been on the sides. Nobody used to pay attention to them. They were not even visiting the family. All of a sudden, they are inside of the family. They have come back and joined the family. Those are the new scapegoats of the family. So if you want to find out who has taken your position of the scapegoat, Look at that family member who was abandoned long time ago. Nobody used to speak to them. Nobody was concerned about them. Nobody even associated with them. They have all of a sudden come back into the family. That's the new scapegoat of the family. So, these demons, they need the sacrifice, because I've told you guys, the scapegoats, you are the sacrificial lamb in the family. So they need somebody to sacrifice. They need that energy. They need to dump that energy somewhere. If that energy doesn't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of family members in that unit, they are going to implode. The narcissistic parent will implode. They will collapse. A lot of family members are going to collapse. A lot of things are going to come down. They are going to lose a lot of businesses. Things are going to go down. The wall is going to fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole foundation is going to crumble in the unit. So they need a person to balance that energy. That is the person they call them the scapegoats. So do not beat yourself up by thinking that you have done the wrong, you have made the wrong decision to walk away. It is going to take a lot of energy. You're going to wake up every morning in guilt. Sometimes you're going to feel ashamed. You're going to beat yourself up, ladies and gentlemen. As a black sheep, you're going to feel that you have done the wrong thing. You have not done anything wrong to protect yourself. There is nothing wrong with protecting yourself. You can choose. You get out and be free. Live your best life. Or you're going to keep being a part of that family and carry on the same cycles for the rest of your life. The decision is yours. You can choose one of the two. You cannot choose both. You walk away, live your best life, or step out of the unit and continue in those cycles for the rest of your life. What are you going to choose? I chose the other one. I walked away. So do not worry about who is the new scapegoat. Do not worry about who is the new. Don't worry about who is coming in, who is going out. Don't worry about it. Get out, ladies and gentlemen, and work on yourself. Everything is going to fall in its own place. Remember, you are the generational curse breaker of that unit. You have been chosen. They cannot be two, they cannot be three, they can only be one generational curse breaker in the unit. And that is you, the one that got away. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session, ladies and gentlemen. Donate your support if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.